Hello! It's time for another unboxing. I have more than I expected to film getting unboxed today, but some more packages arrived today. And these are just some last minute stuff because I'm about to go to Archon in a couple of weeks, and that we were doing some things with the publishing company that just kind of happened to fall just in time. So we're just going to go from the top to bottom to let you see what each thing is, and I can give you my thoughts on the service of each company and everything like I always do for those of you out there who are needing that information. So we're going to start with this lovely box. It's almost like Christmas, isn't it? Okay, so with my handy dandy knife, because I had an exchange student once, and she saw me using a knife to open packages, and she was like all freaking out, and I was like, I don't get it. Okay, you got to be resilient, and when I was growing up, you used what you had. So this, I'm hoping, should be books, and apparently a nifty shiny piece of paper. And it is the paperback copy of The Eyes of the Setting Sun, because we are no longer producing the hardback. We are following tradition, and it has been a year now, a little over a year actually. And so we switched to paperback. It's a huge, hefty story, though. I thought about splitting it, but there really wasn't a good place to split and have it stand alone, which I don't know about you, but I like my pocketbooks to stand alone. So it stayed as one huge book, and I had to keep the 6x9 size in order to make it work out. So here's the new cover. So yay! I do these through Ingram Spark, which means that Lightning Source is the one printing them, and looks good to me. I'll let you see the interior. I'm usually pretty pleased with the quality. I think there's only been once that I wasn't pleased, and that's because a plate had slipped or something, and it was just not good, which that can happen in printing. So I have experienced that, and growing up you would buy books that have that, and I actually have a book that I bought where the plate had slipped on the cover, and I was like, I've got to have this book. So there's that. I'm pretty pleased. So now I will approve these for distribution, and the hardback should not be available anywhere anymore unless somebody already has some in stock. Now we're going to move to this cute little guy. Kind of excited about this one, if it is what I think it is. If it will open. I mean, you can see that the books are packaged very well with Ingram. Only one thing I don't like about their packaging, and I'm pretty sure it's because they have different printing locations, is sometimes you'll get like wasteful packaging and shipping, but you know, the books always they come in pretty good condition every time. So with this one, it is, my goodness, they're cute. This is a children's book by Keenan Spear, and what has been done is the original 1850s version was literally rewritten completely, while keeping in line with the original story. Because a lot of people, they redo the ending, or they change the thing, and one version out there gives a happy ending, and it completely takes away the moral. For those of you that are loyalists to the original morals and the reasons behind stuff, we decided to keep with the original story, and we are using the original graphics, the 1800s graphics by Kate Greenaway. I've been kind of anxious about this one and what will it look like, and I really like the exterior so far. It's cuter than I thought it was going to be. It's so cute. So now we're going to look at the interior really quick. And restoring the graphics to their original color from what I had did take some work. So that we did our best to make it look good. We did reorder the graphics a little bit because it was a retelling, so to make the graphics match where they were going.
The original, for those of you that don't know, we did include it in the back for those that, if you're reading this to your children and you want your children to expand their vocabulary, learn a little bit about complex English speaking, and or just to know their history, we included this in the back. This is the original. So we tried to make this a really good book for parents to sit down with their children and, you know, for ages 10 and up, which is 3rd, 4th, 5th grades, to, and higher, of course, to be able to read it themselves. So I'm actually quite pleased with it. I'm going to be very pleased to have this on the table. But yes, it is as retold by Keenan Spear, which is one of our authors. So that's good. Now we could just got to get a retelling of another story. So this is the big one. This is I already know what this is because it says right here MGX copy, which of course you can see right there, MGX copy. They are the people I use to print the prints of my artwork. And I had never reviewed them before, and I realized since I had this box and I was doing an opening, I would go ahead and talk to you about them. They're based in California, and I've been using them for a year or two now, and I had tried other services, one of which was very rude to me, and so I did not go back. Well, I may go back because you get to know different services, different companies for different services, and there are some benefits to that one, and I may put up with their rudeness again, maybe, but the chances are really slim type deal, because, you know, as y'all know, I do not like poor customer service peanuts. But these guys, I have only been disappointed in their service one whole time, and it was because the stuff came to me poorly packaged and they got damaged in transit. I didn't really force. I'm going to have to find something to put these peanuts in. I don't want them spinning all over my kitchen and my dining room. I didn't force the issue and get things reprinted. It was, you know, I didn't really care about that. I just basically reviewed that, and professionally, as a good profession should, they took into account my personal experience and why I was unhappy, and did not lash out at me or do things that would make a smart person observing this know to avoid them by. And they improved instead upon their packaging. So this may seem like excessive packaging to you, but I'm glad to see it because of what happened that one time. Now, if you live near them and you can pick up, you're going to save a whole lot of money on these guys because each print itself is reasonable. What drives it up for me, the cost of printing, is the shipping costs. I could just get it where it's safe to pull this out so you guys can see the prints. So if you're using them, and again, they're MGX copy, then you want to get as many as possible to make it affordable so that you can sell your prints affordably to fans and people who probably work like I try to do. So, let's see if I can wiggle these guys out without making a bigger mess. No, that's my fault. Okay. That's my fault as well. They are in great condition, so I am not complaining. Okay, so first we're going to start with my latest, very rare for me, painted digitally, Bastet. Very pleased with the quality. The colors look fabulous. So I'm very happy about that, and I'll count them later, because I don't want to make you have to sit and watch me count. And this is the smaller version of Bastet. My smaller versions are more popular than the bigger versions, because I guess people just, they don't want to, you know. Sometimes I get a bigger one, they're going to frame it hanging up, which is kind of cool. And an Ifrit I did just for fun. She's actually 3D, a 3D base, and then I painted around her and everything like I do, as is my style, as y'all know. And then, good, looks good. Really pleased with the colors. but I always am. Not even almost, I always am. Here is a image I revived from the days when I was doing the comic of Enya. I sadly do not have the original painting anymore. Don't know where it went. So to make this print worthy, because I really wanted to see it big sized, I tweaked it and reworked on it and everything to give it its own look. Because I really wanted it to be, bigger. So there it is. Can't get it no bigger than this, sadly. Because it was done in the days when I didn't understand about scanning. So the original, the file I have is really tiny. And last but not least, they're rolling down the page. Okay. Is this lovely lady who is actually an acrylic painting, and I will have the painting for sale at Archon too. So when it comes to MGX copy, I generally just have to give them 5 out of 5 stars. I mean, they're really good. They're communicative to me. If there's a problem, they're right there within 24 hours talking to me. That's by email. I have actually spoken to them on the phone one time because they pursued me and kept trying to call me until they finally got a hold of me because they had a question about the order, and that is tip-top customer service. I have, like I said, there's only one time I've been disappointed in these guys, and they snapped right up. So 5 out of 5 stars. I recommend MGX copy to everybody. And there's my unboxings for the day. I'm pretty happy. Just about to have everything together for Archon. I'm probably not going to have that many charms on the table this year, as I am trying to make it where I go to like a craft fair once a year for the charms and not have that many on the table, simply because I feel that it's 2 different separate things. You probably will be able to get these posters through our bookstore as well. But there's one thing I'm going to be doing that you can only get at conventions is I will be selecting random ones out of that new stack and tubing them like this. And then I'll be selling them at a little bit above cost. Of course, I have to sit down and figure out cost for these guys. But so we're talking like $2, $3, something like that. It's just, so you can play like poster roulette if you want to. It's just, I noticed that people really like the grab bag thing. They think it's fun. It's kind of like gambling. And why not? So I'll be doing that. And I think that's about it. So now I'm going to stand up and stop filming. And catch you guys on the flip side.